Today we're going to talk about two things. One that I love, like seriously, it's the thing that's gonna make you super successful. And the other one that I don't like that much because I'm not good at it, but we have to do it. And that's also a huge part of our success. So, first, the bad thing, not the bad thing, I mean the thing that I don't like, and then we'll jump to an amazing strategy that I love and I recommend to everybody. Okay, so let's get started with lesson number 2 of module 2. Yep, this is it. Here we go. Oop, why is this not? There you go. Awesome. Okay. So let's get started. This is, I didn't change the title on this slide. Okay, this is lesson 2 of module 2. Let me change it. Nobody else came yet, so we can change it. This is lesson 2, how to be active on social media. That's fine. Okay. Whew. It was just a number. Okay, cool. So first, we're going to talk about how to be active on social media. Remember that social media right now is the most important traffic source that we have. And we're super lucky that we can do so many things for free, and we can reach people all across the globe for free with social media. We can talk to people in China, people in Australia, people in the US. Like, I'm talking to you guys and you are all scattered around the world. I'm in England. There's some of you that are in Portugal, some of you in Colombia, some of you in the US. So, and some of you in London. So it's amazing what social media and internet can do. And we have to leverage it. I know sometimes it's hard for us. There's people that post about everything. They're like, I ate an ice cream. Picture teen. I'm in the bathroom. Picture teen. I'm not like that. So for me, leveraging social media, it's super hard because I'm more of introvert in that way. I don't like telling people everything that I do. And I struggle with this. I struggle with being active on social media, but it's super important when it comes to our business and get it out there and get people to see it. Because remember, you can have the most amazing funnel in the world, but if no one sees it, nothing will happen. No sales will come, no money will come, nothing. So we got to do it, right? Okay, so you have to be active on social media. Remember that Facebook has 2.27 billion active users. Billion. That's a lot of people. And for sure, our dream customer is using Facebook. There's so little people that don't use Facebook, and probably they're not our customer avatar. They're not our perfect customer. Our perfect customer is using Facebook, and one way or another, we can reach them. Okay. Same with Instagram. Instagram has over 1 billion users active every single month. And probably some of these users in Instagram are not on Facebook. So we're actually completing the users. If we are in Facebook and we are in Instagram, we're active on both, then we're going to get a lot more people in. Same with YouTube, and same with Pinterest, same with Twitter, same with all these social media platforms right now. If, for example, LinkedIn, for people that are in business and more professional, serious stuff, not serious, we're serious here, but you know what I mean, like professional, like time suits and all that, go to LinkedIn, okay? So rule number 1, be active all the time. And I know that's hard, because for me that's super hard. For me it's super hard to be active on social media. Yeah, I can post a picture. I usually post pictures of dogs. and that's it. Because for me, it's really hard to be active and spend time just posting things. And by being active, I don't mean only like, okay, go and post that you just went for ice cream. No, I mean commenting on people's posts, creating relationships with them, making videos about your content, tell people what you are doing. So maybe out of the 300, 400, 1000 followers and friends that you have, somebody will be interested in what you're doing. And that's how I've gotten a lot of my clients, just posting on Facebook. And if I did a little bit more, I'm pretty sure I would get more. But I'm, like I told you, for me, it's really hard to actually be active on social media, which I'm working on really hard. Like every day I tell myself, I need to do a Facebook Live. So we have a challenge coming. We'll talk about that at the end. Okay. Rule number 2, be consistent. Okay. If we're not consistent, if we just put a video today, and then 3 months later we put another one, and then 6 months later we put another one, same as nothing, because people are not going to remember you. And the thing right now with social media is that if you're not consistent and you're not creating that engagement with people, then the algorithm on Facebook and on Instagram are going to push your content down and nobody's going to see it. While if you're consistent and you're constantly putting videos out there, putting amazing content, then people are going to see it, engage with it, and your content is going to be seen by more people. Okay, so we need to be consistent and be persistent. I know, kind of obvious, but we are consistent. Okay, we post 1 day, 2 days, but we need also to have that drive to be pushy, like, okay, comment on people's posts, try to engage with people, be persistent at what you do, always try to be active every single day, and that's the only way that people are going to get to know you. It happened before Funnel Hacking Live this year. I was being very active. I remember I was doing a house seat in France. No, not in France. It was, where was it? Yeah, it was in France. And I was doing a lot of videos and being really active. No, it wasn't Funnel Hacking Live. It was a Boise event. When I went to the event in Boise, before that, we were in a house sitting in England taking care of Mia. And I was doing Facebook Lives every day. I was posting videos. I was being super active. And I remember when I went to Boise, people that I have never, ever talked to in my life, they were like, oh my God, I love your videos, Funnel Nomads. And I was like, wait, what? Really? It's working? I don't know why I stopped. I need to start doing it again. That's why I made the challenge. So it's really interesting how when you start being active on social media, people start looking at your stuff and they might not say anything. They might not even like your post, but if you keep doing it, they're going to see you and they're going to start learning what you're doing. And maybe one day after they see you 100 times, they're going to start commenting and they're going to start telling you, oh my God, I love what you do. Tell me more. Okay. And rule number 4, and this is probably the most important, build relationships with people. There's no point in posting things on Facebook like sky's blue. That's it. No, the whole point of social media is to be social, to build relationships, to talk to people. So if you make a video telling people an amazing story, something really cool, then they're going to start commenting. And if they comment, then reply to them. Because if you reply to people, they're going to see like, oh, she cares about what I'm talking about. Like if I comment, it's the feeling. I don't know if you've ever felt that, but once I was in a conference And I don't know, guys, if you remember when we talked about autoresponders and I told you about Infusionsoft, that we actually call it Confusionsoft in the ClickFunnels world. And I remember we were in a conference in London, and there was this guy from Infusionsoft giving a conference. He was talking about Infusionsoft, and all of a sudden he said like, oh, these are the guys in the marketing world that use Infusionsoft. And the first name that appeared on the slide was Russell Branson, the owner of ClickFunnels. And he obviously doesn't use Infusionsoft. So I took a picture of it, of the slide, and I posted it on ClickFunnels group. And I said like, this guy is a little bit confused. And a few hours later, Russell Branson himself replied to my post like, yeah, this guy's totally lost. I was like, oh my God, Russell Branson replied to my post. You know that feeling when someone that you're looking up to replies to your post? Wow, that's building relationships. If you are telling people about your business, about what you do, about your product, your service, and they comment something on your post and you reply, is like building that relationship. Okay, and then they're gonna be like, well, she cares that I commented, then let's comment some more, right? So that's going to increase the engagement on your social media, and that's the most important, because again, Facebook has this algorithm that if you post something and nobody comments, nobody likes, nobody cares about your post, then Facebook is not going to show your post to anybody. Have you ever experienced that you post something, only one person likes? Well, nothing happened. And then you post something else and someone comments. And as soon as that someone commented, then a friend of that person also liked that picture. That's because when someone comments, it's like Facebook says, oh, that person like that post, so let's show it to more people. So the more comments you have and the more relationship you build with your customers, then Facebook is going to do their work with their algorithm, and they're going to show more content to other people. Okay, so you know by now who your audience is, right? Because we went through the who. Remember in the first module, we talked about who you're selling to. We talked about who your ideal customer is. You know who they are, right? So talk to them directly. Okay, so I know who my perfect customer is. Then on social media, I should be talking to that person directly. You know, like on my videos, I say, well, if you like to travel, then you should do this. If you would like to have an income online, then you should do that. Because I know that I'm talking to people that love to travel and that would like to quit their job, so they would like to make an income online. Okay, but if, for example, I know that that's my audience, and I start talking about baseball, that's not going to engage or have the purpose to later on sell my product, right? I want to talk directly to my customer avatar as if they were in front of me. Because that's another thing. When you're on social media, stop trying to pretend something you're not. At first, when I started this whole online business and I launched my first course, I used to dress all nice and put makeup on and be all fancy, and I had like this huge setup for my course. That wasn't me. And I was talking like all correct, and I was using a teleprompter, so I was actually reading what I was saying, and I didn't feel natural. I wasn't connecting with people because that wasn't me. The day that I said, screw the teleprompter, I'm good at what I'm doing, I know what I'm talking about, and I just started talking like I talk to people when I have them in front of me. And that's when people started actually paying attention to me, because this is me. And I've told a lot of people on Facebook Lives, like, if you hate that I don't wear makeup, then don't follow me. That's it. Okay? The day that I started being me, everything got a lot easier for me to make the videos, and I started engaging more with people. So talk to your customers as if you had them right in front of you. No masks, no nothing. Just get used to talking to the camera. I know that's hard at first for me, talking to the little round thing in my computer on the phone. It was really hard. I was never looking at the camera, but now I can do it. Look. So talk to people as if they were right in front of you. Okay, so you have to choose the right platform for you. So there's a lot of platforms right now. There's a lot of social media platforms right now in the internet. And being on all of them, it's a bit hard. Being on one, it's already a lot of work. Now being in all of them, well, it's really hard. So we need to choose the right platform for our product, our service, your industry, whatever you're doing. You have to choose the right platform. So Instagram is a visual platform. If you can take pictures of your product, go to Instagram. If you are a photographer, if you're in e-commerce, for example, if you have physical products that you can take pictures of, beautiful. For fashion, oh my God, Instagram is perfect. Even for inspirational stuff, like inspirational quotes and stuff like that, Instagram is amazing. And Instagram is it's in the top 3 of the biggest platforms on social media. So it's super important. And now that they have the stories, oh wow, that's gold. Because you can do 15-second videos and talk to people. It's more like a telling a story kind of thing. And we know that telling stories is what sells. Okay, so the Instagram stories is like, hey guys, I'm in the Netherlands, blah, 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 telling that story, engage with people. And now Instagram has a super cool thing that if you have more than 10,000 followers, when you do a story, you can actually do like a swipe up and take them to your funnel directly, or to your website, or like where you're selling your stuff. So Instagram also is becoming a platform to sell your products directly, because before it was kind of hard to sell on Instagram because you cannot put links under a post. So it was like, go to the link on my bio. Conversions were lowering a lot in the process, but now with those Instagram stories, when you reach the 10,000 followers, it gets a lot easier. Facebook, everybody should be on Facebook. Okay, everybody should be marketing their product, service on Facebook. Okay, because most of the people that we know around in this world have Facebook. Okay, and this platform is more like a relationship-based platform. It's more about creating friendships. Okay, Instagram is not about creating friendships. It's like, okay, posting a picture and telling a story. While Facebook is more about engaging with people. It's more that relationship kind of platform. And you also have not only your profile, where you have your personal stuff, you also have pages where you can reach more people. You have groups where you can gather people with same tastes. So we're going to talk about groups in the next lesson that we're going to see today. So Facebook is super, super important. Everybody should be on Facebook. Like, yeah, you have to choose your platform, choose Facebook and something else, not like just any other. Choose Facebook and something else. LinkedIn. Why is there a space there like that? LinkedIn. LinkedIn is for business. LinkedIn is where you post your resume and big businesses search for you, or it's more like a business to business kind of platform. If you are, for example, I have a friend, she's a business coach and she coaches big businesses, right? Like she goes to big companies and goes there and coaches the bosses or a group of workers. So that's her kind of platform, because she needs to talk to companies, not to individuals on Facebook. She's talking directly to the companies, and those companies are on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is like the social media for professionals and company owners, stuff like that. Okay. Twitter is a conversational platform. It's where people go to rant about anything and everything, right? Like, for example, is amazing for the news, because since you have a limited amount of characters, it's very short what you can say. So something happened in London, like the news are really fast, and you can tweet a lot. So it's more like a conversation kind of thing. And it's really cool for celebrities and for musicians, things like that. I'm not very into Twitter. I only use it to follow One Direction. That's my secret. Don't tell anybody. So yeah, I'm not into Twitter. Now, Pinterest is a visual platform, perfect for e-commerce, for makeup artists, for music artists. It's super visual, super well organized. I love Pinterest. I love, for example, to look for tattoo ideas on Pinterest. I love it. And you can also sell a lot of products, I don't know, makeup products, jewelry, things like that you can put very visually on a picture and make a blog post about it. Beautiful. Oh, that's the space. YouTube. YouTube is the second biggest search engine in the world after Google. Actually, YouTube and Google are the same, right? Google owns YouTube. So people not only go to Google to search for things. Actually, if you search for how to make a pasta carbonara, you have two options: go to Google or go to YouTube. And probably if you go to Google, you'll end up going to YouTube, right? So if you're an extrovert and if you like making videos, please do make videos and put them on YouTube, because YouTube has, since it's a search engine, it's really easy for people to find your videos, right? Even if you're not intending for people to look at them. For example, on Facebook, yeah, you have your page and you have to do a lot of work for people to see your page. While on YouTube, if you use the tags correctly, if you word the title and the description correctly, then people are going to start getting those videos on their search bar. And that's amazing. Like, I don't know if I told you guys this, but I was doing videos about my trips to Portugal, and we posted a lot of videos, and there was one when we went to Esposende, and I just posted it. I had, on the first day, I sent it to everybody. I posted it on Facebook. So I had like 20 views. The last time I saw it had like 1,500 views. I was like, what? How did that happen? Because I just posted it on YouTube. Yeah, I put tags. I put a description, and all of a sudden it had so many views. I was like, what? So that's the amazing thing of YouTube. And you can monetize your videos. After you get more than 10,000 views, you can start monetizing your videos. So you can put ads at the beginning or in the middle of your videos, and you can start making money. So if you like making videos, if you are not afraid to stand in front of a camera and start talking, then do it. Please do it, because YouTube is an amazing platform. It's like my nephew, he started doing YouTube lives of him playing PlayStation, and in no time, like in a month and a half, he had like over 200 subscribers. I was like, what? He's 12. And I was blown away. I love YouTube. Anyway, please don't bore your audience with technobubble. What I mean about that is that if I go on Facebook and I start saying, well, a funnel is this, and this, like talking about the technical specific parts of a funnel, people are going to get bored. Okay, I can talk about funnels as long as I make it fun, as long as I'm telling stories behind every single thing that I'm trying to explain, then I'm not going to bore my audience. But if you go and say, this plate is white, and it's white because it's porcelain, you're going to bore people out and nobody's going to watch your videos. So actually, there's some techniques to make your videos better. For example, talk faster than you usually would, because that conveys emotion. I know most of the times I talk super fast, but is because of that. I want to be able to convey emotion to you guys and excitement, and talk a little bit louder than you usually do. And that's going to make your videos a bit more interesting. I was watching today one of the videos that I made like almost 2 years ago when I started, and I was talking so slow. And I got so bored of myself. I was like, oh my God, I can't watch this anymore. So trying to talk faster if you're making videos, make content that people would like to read. Like before you post it, say, would I be interested in this? If yes, okay, post it. If you say, meh, I don't like this, then don't bore your audience, okay? Tell stories. Tell stories. I've been telling you since the beginning that one of the most important things in marketing is to learn to tell stories. Every time I teach you guys something, I try to tell a backstory behind how I learned that, or something that happened related to that. And that's because I'm trying to show you that I'm a normal person, right? I'm just like you, and if I can do it, you can do it. So telling stories is super, super important when you go on social media, and that's what people care about. If you start paying attention to the videos that you see on social media. What are they about? Are they telling a story, or are they just explaining something really boring? Probably they're telling stories. I love, for example, those videos about dogs that they rescued, and they were all sad and sick, and they were on the side of the road, and they just adopted them. They treat them, took them to a house, and then they're all happy. I love like the happy ending of the stories. So if you can tell stories on your social media, you're set. That's it. Now, you can reuse the content to be on more than one social media platform. I posted here an example of a strategy that I saw someone explain in Funnel Hacking Live. His name is Peng Jung. And that way, if you post the content on different platforms, then you're going to drive more people into your funnel or into your product, or get more people to learn about your stuff, right? Because there's a lot of people that are on YouTube that are not on Facebook. There's a lot of people that are on Instagram but are not on YouTube. So if you cover all three of them, then you get more people to see it. But there's a but, of course. You don't want to post the exact same thing on all three, because if I follow you on Facebook and I follow you on YouTube and I see exactly the same post on both, then I'm going to say, like, why do I waste my time searching for you on YouTube if I'm going to see the same on Facebook? Okay, so you can reuse your content in all the social media platforms, but try to scatter it. Like, if you post a video today on Facebook, then post it in a week on YouTube. By the time you post it on YouTube, it's gone on Facebook. It's already down to all the way down their news feed. Okay, so you can reuse it, but don't put everything at the same time. Okay, so I put this example. What you can do is make a video, explain your whole story, explain your product, your service, make a nice video. It could be long or short, and then you can use that video for YouTube. Okay, and then you can have that video transcribed Just have someone type it up. Whatever you say on the video, type it up, and you can use that as a blog post on your website. And then you can cut that video in 15-second videos and put it on Instagram stories and put emojis and put text on it. That makes it a lot more interesting, right? And then you can make a kind of like a trailer of that video and post it on Facebook and say, hey, if you would like to see the whole video, go to YouTube. What that does is you're cross-referencing all your platforms, and you're using the same content. So it's not like you have to work and create content for 4 different platforms. Now you can create the same content and reuse it on all the platforms. Just be creative and send it in different times, send it in different packages. Remember what we talked about before, that people perceive the value of things when they're packed in different packages. They have a different value. So if you post it on a video on YouTube, for a lot of people will have more value on YouTube than written on a blog post. So it has a different perceived value depending on the platform that you're on. Remember that every platform has its own personality, okay? YouTube is for videos, Facebook is a relationship thing, blogs are written. So giving that different personality to the same content will create a different perceived value for your content and will make it more interesting. So here are some tips. Use your logo as much as you can. Create a logo for yourself. If you don't have one logo yet, don't spend months building your logo. I've seen these so much and it drives me crazy. People that say, oh, I haven't started my funnel because I'm still thinking about my logo. 1 month later, oh, I haven't started my landing page because I'm designing the colors of my logo. He's like, don't spend time on your freaking logo. Your logo, yes, it's going to be everywhere, and make it nice, make it beautiful, but don't spend months on it. I spent probably 1 hour or 2 making the Funnel Nomads logo because I know it's super simple, and as long as you use it and put it everywhere, people will remember it. It doesn't matter how it looks. People will remember your logo if you put it everywhere. If you post a picture on Instagram, put it on the bottom. If you post a video on YouTube, try to put it somewhere at the end, at the beginning, as a watermark. Put your logo. If you see all of the Funnel Nomads video, at the end, it has the Funnel Nomads logo with music and a blue background. That's because I want people to remember that that is a Funnel Nomad video. I want people to remember the brand. I want people to remember the name. Okay, so for example, if you think about the Coca-Cola logo, they have been using the same logo for more than 100 years. And if you see anywhere just the C of the Coca-Cola logo, I bet you right away you're going to be able to know that that's Coca-Cola. So that's what you want with your logo. Use it everywhere, post it everywhere, put it on your profile cover photo, on everywhere, okay? The language. How do you talk to your people? What I was telling you before, at the beginning, I was trying to be all technical and all serious and, like talking politely, and that's not me. So my language for Funnel Nomads is casual, it's friendly, it's hyper, like I want my Funnel Nomads brand to be joyful, to be a thing that everybody enjoys. So create a language for your brand and try to always be like that. Because if one day I start talking like this, and that's going to drive my current audience away, because they're used to my my yelling and my yappy yappy and all those things. So your language is also something that needs to be consistent. What about your branding? Your branding also has to be consistent. Create a branding, how do you, that's a name for it, like a catalog. Choose your colors and your fonts and use them everywhere. If you see, like, most of my pages, my presentations, they're all in Oswald. That's my font for the Funnel Nomads. I have this orange that I always use. I have the code for my orange, and I have the code for this yellow, and those are the colors that I use, and I always try to stick on them. Let's think back to Coca-Cola. What colors are you thinking about? White and red, right? Because we remember Coca-Cola just with the colors. That's it, logo, the colors. We remember Coca-Cola really fast. So if we are consistent with the colors and the font, we're going to create remembrance for our brand. And that's super important on social media. If people start seeing the same logo, the same font, the same colors over and over and over again, they're going to remember it. They're going to say, oh, I've seen that somewhere. It's like when you go to a movie and you see the villain of the movie and he's like, oh my God, I used to watch a series where he was the good guy. Oh my God, I love that guy. Because you remember that actor from another series. That's the kind of remembrance that you need. Measure everything that you do on social media. If you don't measure anything, then you won't be able to scale it. So if you start with 100 followers today, and you do all these efforts and all these things, and then 2 weeks later you have 101 followers, but you didn't measure, you didn't know where you started, you must be like, oh well, I have 101 followers. Cool. But you didn't realize that you only gained one follower. So you need to measure. You need to always measure where you are. And let's say I posted a video today. Did I get more followers? Did I get more engagement? Okay, this won't work. Then you start doing that more and more. I posted a motivational picture. No engagement, no followers. Okay, that doesn't work. Let's start doing videos again. So if you measure, then you'll be able to say this works and this doesn't. So you can start doing more of what works and less of what doesn't. So how about we do a challenge? Oh, this is hard for me. Okay, Funnel Nomads 20-day live challenge. So I challenge you guys. I challenge you to go live every single day for 20 days. Let's see. Why am I doing this? I know it's hard to be live on Facebook. I get it. I don't know if you guys know about this, but I cried on my first live on Facebook and it was really embarrassing. I don't like doing lives on Facebook, but I think this challenge will help us all. Help us, one, get our product out there. Let people know about it. Get people to know about our product and our service. That's the most important thing. Remember, if nobody knows what we're doing, we will not make sales, okay? And second, it will help us get out of our comfort zone and get better at doing videos, get better our marketing, and helping us find our voice, find that voice telling stories and being better at what we do.